Hey guys, it's Colton Lindsay. You might have known me as the world's greatest realtor. Oh snap, I'm not supposed to say that. You might have known me as the WGR in the world's greatest real estate sales team. You might have known me from Fearless Agent, or you might just know me because you know me somehow. I don't know. But as you guys noticed here in the title, I put hashtag bubble. Actually, I don't remember what I put, but the idea is, what is it that my high net worth contacts and friends are doing in this type of market, and what are some of the signs that we are really in a shifting market? I've been saying for a while that the market is ready to shift, and not only shift, but shift dramatically. So I'll tell you one thing that I'm learning big time from, these guys are worth millions and millions of dollars. They are financially free hundreds of times over, and these guys are actually pulling capital out of the markets. Number one is they are really very leery of the stock market. That's number one. They're very, very leery of the stock market. But what these guys are doing is they're sitting on capital. They're actually grabbing their capital, grabbing their cash, and they're sitting on it. They're putting it in very safe type investments, maybe in bonds, and some of them are just flat sitting on it in banks right now, which is never a smart idea, except for maybe a market like we're in. So what are some of the signs that we are in a really fast shifting market? And I thought we were starting to shift the end of last year. A lot of major economists did as well, or even people that have been in real estate a long time. Some of the signs that we're going to start to see is when we start to notice increased inventory. Okay, when we start to see increased inventory happen in our marketplaces and longer days on market, we're seeing kind of the opposite of that in our market. We're seeing less inventory and we're seeing shorter days in market. I'm talking like 2 to 4 days on market max, sometimes 12 hours. And it's not just like 1 or 2 or 3 offers. It's like 16, 17, 20 offers on properties. Okay, so this is what's inflating the market. And so for those of you that think we're in an appreciating market, wake the fuck up. This is not an appreciating market. This is an inflating market. There's a big difference between the two of those. Okay, those mortgage rates have been manually manipulated to stay low, and everyone talks, the feds are going to raise the rates, the feds are going to raise the rates, and then Obama's going to, and his brigade's going to say, hey, keep the rates low, whatever. That's just smoke and mirrors. But one thing is for certain. The only reason why prices are going up is because there are so few choices for the buyers. They're buying the best of the worst, and it's going up. Okay, so the first step towards the shifting market of expanding inventory is actually shrinking inventory. So think about your marketplace. Think about, even if you're a new agent, experienced agent, have you ever experienced a market like this? I know that I haven't. I even experienced the 2006 market, and to me it was not like this at all. I know that was a crazy market. Difference between that market and this market is then they could write loans for anyone. This market, not anyone can get a loan. It really is a lot stricter on the financing. Is it still smart money? Not for the investor that's lending at freaking 3.5%. It's not smart money. So here's a couple of tips that you can think about just by looking. Everything, I want you to understand this too. Everything in life is about patterns. Patterns of how you think, patterns of how markets go, patterns of language, patterns of everything is pattern driven. So look at patterns within inside of your social media feed as well. I know a lot of you guys are my friends on social media, or you wouldn't be watching this video, but you're also friends with a lot of real estate agents across the country. Have you not noticed that a lot of agents are posting how they're selling their listings in 1, 2, 3 days with multiple offers? Hey, Brandon, thanks for checking it out, man. Think about your markets. How quickly are they selling? Are you noticing real estate agents that are brand new to the business all of a sudden piping all over social media that they're the best agent in the world, and that I'm selling houses in 1 or 2 days, the market's on fire? Have you noticed the number of licensees increasing in your market? I know we are dramatically seeing the increased amount of real estate agents in our market. So that's a really big indicator that we're in a shifting market, not necessarily for the better, but for the downturn. See, most people, they get on the bandwagon when it's too late. I remember 2013 when I started talking about that we were in a very strong inflating market. Clear back in early 2013, you might have heard of a company like American Homes for Rent. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that company, but they were buying a lot of property in 2012 and 2013. they're not buying property anymore. They were the biggest real estate investment trust, second biggest real estate investment trust in the United States. They are not buying property right now. I want you to think about that for a second. It's because we are reaching the peak, and it's in the peak that people start to catch wind of what's going on. That's when the masses start to catch on that the market's on fire. So you're starting to see a lot of real estate agents get into the real estate market now. You're starting to even hear a lot of people say, hey, now's a great time to buy and invest in real estate. It's a great time to buy no matter what if you're looking to live in the house. It's not necessarily a great time to buy for investing right now. Myself, I'm not buying unless I can get a rip of a deal on a house. And there's no way you'll personally see me do a fix and flip right now. Why would I do a fix and flip when I'm going to risk $150,000 to maybe make 4% of my money? Psh, screw that, dude. It ain't worth it. I'm investing for cash flow right now. And if I ain't getting cash flow, I ain't investing. That's period. Bottom line. It ain't going to happen for me. Another couple signs. Real estate agents that have not experienced a previous inflating market or bubble market. Agents that didn't experience that before, they're now experiencing a lot of success. And so what's happening is they're starting to get some fresh money, some new green, right? You know, you get a little fresh money in your pocket, you want to go spend a little bit. Watch for these agents in your marketplace, these realtors in your market. They're starting to build bigger, badder asses houses. They're starting to drive bigger, badder, nicer cars. And I'll tell you this, guys. I think I'm ranked about number 17 or something in all of Utah with Keller Williams for gross commission income. And I'm in the top 1% my local marketplace. I drive a freaking 2009 Honda Civic. A, because it's natural gas and it's a screaming deal on gas. But B, because I don't want to put myself into the position when the market shifts that I've got a $500-$800 a month payment on my car. I don't want to put myself into a situation where I got a $3,000 or a $3,500 mortgage, which I know a lot of people do. They got a $3,000, $3,500 mortgage that they've got to cover. You know, they've got expenses running really high right now. And what happens in a shifting market, it's not that you can't make a lot of money. In fact, I'm excited for the market to shift, because when it crumbles and when people's pieces fall over the fucking ground, I'm going to pick it up for pennies on dollars. So I'm excited about it. But what happens is when that starts to go, people's cash flow drops down, but their expenses, they can't liquidate their expenses quickly enough, and that's when they start defaulting on their payments. When they start defaulting, that's when banks take them back. That's when they get that repoed on their sweet new Escalade, their new whip, right? Whatever it is. And I'm not saying you can't have nice houses and nice cars. Trust me. I mean, I got an awesome house. You know, I love to vacation. I love to fly first class. So don't get me wrong that I don't think it's a good idea to not have nice stuff. Have nice stuff. But do it smart. Know how to manage your money, and understand that right now is a time to sack your cash away, because there will be incredible, I'm talking amazing opportunities to invest in over the next 36 months. You bet. Maybe even a little bit longer than that, 36 to 48 months. It could be a 2 to 5 year period of amazing opportunities to invest in. You can always create your own market. So as this bubble continues to build up, you can't inflate forever, guys. I mean, what our economy has been doing, and every world economy has been doing, is they've been robbing Peter to pay Paul. All this money is off of derivatives. All that we're doing is having federal banks manipulate rates, pump money into the system, digital currency into the system, to keep things looking like they're going the right way. Another strong indicator I want you guys to pay attention, and this is really more, I know better in Utah because that's where I live. I don't know the whole country, but we have one of the strongest places for careers and business in the state of Utah, according to Forbes magazine. And when you look at that, we have strong amount of jobs and employment. However, what's not increasing is the wages for most employees. Their wages are not increasing. So even though they're getting jobs, they're not necessarily making a lot more money. So you look at, okay, one of my counties is Davis County. You can't really buy a house for less than, you might find something for $250,000, but something decent under $300,000, good luck. The average person can't really afford a $300,000 house. And when they are, they're making $60,000, $70,000 a year. They've got 3 or 4 kids. By the time you're trying to live life and afford a house at $300,000, it gets challenging. So as this market continues to inflate, the average buyer is not going to be able to afford a house. It's just the reality of it. You look at major markets in Canada, and I'm not a Canadian expert at all, but I know Vancouver is one city where the average citizen in Vancouver can't afford a house anymore. San Francisco, same thing. You can't afford a house anymore. It's because foreign buyers are coming in and they're paying these ridiculous prices and they're inflating the market. So what can you do? Number one, just keep selling. Make a lot of money right now. Number one thing is make a lot of money in this market because there's so much money to be made. And I don't care if you're just a real estate agent. If you could, I mean, look at this social media. I'm talking through you through a freaking phone, through Wi-Fi internet. I'm not even sure what Wi-Fi internet is. It's like these little particles going through thin fucking air. I don't even know, right? But this is a huge opportunity. I mean, I look at what I've been able to do in the last 24 months through my social media and online and the business I've done there. There's huge freaking opportunity there. So just because we're in a bubble, and I'm going to call it a fucking bubble. I don't care if you get, hey, the stats bubble, whatever, dude. When people are paying ridiculous prices for houses, that is a bubble. I don't care what they say. And bubbles can go one of two ways. They can slowly out or they can pop. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that this won't go up forever. We'll see a flat market, and we'll definitely see a declining market with time. That's when you'll be able to buy a lot of great real estate at that time as far as investing if you're an investor side of things. So guys, number one, make a lot of money. Number two, stack your cash. Save your money wisely. And if you're going to invest it in something, invest it in something that's going to pay you every single day when you wake up and you go, and you fog the mirror and you get paid. That's the new world of the economy. This saving for retirement is not the way to do it. You're going to go broke. I can't tell you how many of my customers have been baby boomers that have been relying on a pension or a 401k, that they are shit out of luck right now as their time for the golden years is coming up because they invested for a savings, a nest egg that they can spend out through the rest of their life. You cannot invest for nest eggs. I mean, you can, but you'll just end up broke and losing it. I mean, prime example, you don't think inflation has hit us? The house, think about how much you could buy a house for in early 90s compared to today. That's inflation, not appreciation. What you can buy for $1 today is significantly less than what you could buy for $1 30 years ago, hands down. Make sure, I love all the comments on this video, by the way. I'm gonna go like some of these. I didn't know you can like these while I'm actually doing it. Awesome. Boom. Hey, Amanda, do not make fun of my language because I've heard your dirty mouth, you dirty little mouth, you. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Share this video, like this video, comment, do whatever you guys want. But the reality of it is we are in an inflating market. We're in a bubble market. And this, I don't know if it's going to pop or if it's going to sizzle out, but I want you guys to be aware of it. And I want you guys to be able to stack your cash. And I want you guys to get educated on how to invest your money because that's the first step. And people ask me, hey, Colton, how did you get financially free by the age of 31? It had nothing to do with where I invested my money. Had nothing to do with how I ran my business. Those were bonuses. The number one thing is I learned how to manage my money. And I don't care if you're making $2,500 a month, $5,000 a month, or $50,000 a month. It does not matter how you do, how like much you make. It's how you manage it. And how you manage it is how you will then be able to spend it. Okay, guys, and I've made a video. You can go to my YouTube channel. I made a video exactly how I manage my money, the exact percentages for every dollar that comes in, exactly where I spend it and where it goes automatically, so you can check that out. And just to clarify for those of you guys that think that I made my money in selling sex or in a porn website, it's a lie. No one wanted me in their pornos, believe it or not, and actually no one wanted to have sex with me either, so I couldn't even sell my body. So I had to do it the old-fashioned way by working hard and investing my money properly and educating myself. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you. You guys rock. I love you guys. Hey, thanks, guys, for watching another one of my YouTube channels. If this is something you enjoyed, like, comment, and share immediately. And for other cool things, tips, tricks, and awesome shit to help you sell more houses, wherever it is, click the subscribe button.